everyone, welcome back to Houseplant Essentials. I'm Bryce. Thank you so much for being with me today. In today's video, I am going to be doing a repot. Yes, a repot, but not only just a normal, regular repot. This is going to be into a self-watering pot. Yes, you might have heard about these. I heard about them too a while back. And I decided to buy some just to try them out. I bought them off Amazon. I think they were like $21 for a 5-pack. So you get like 3 of these larger, like 6-inch sizes. And then you get 2 additional smaller sizes. So really, really good deal. And if these like live up to their reputation of being like super easy for plants and watering, then that's awesome. So the way these work basically is they hold water, and they hold water down in the bottom of the pot here in the clear section in this chamber. And they use this basic technology, I'll use the word technology, these strings, they go down in here. Let's see if I can put it in there. Yeah, there we go. You can see there are 2 strings in the pot down in the bottom. And so what that does is it brings the water up the string into the soil, thereby watering the plant. So, you know, I had a couple questions that I had to do a little bit of digging to find out. So my biggest concern with these is that they're going to water the plant too often, and it's going to be over watered, and therefore it's really going to do some damage to the plant. I've never overwatered a plant before, and I don't want to start now. So I am a little bit nervous about this, but apparently that is not going to happen. It's only going to draw up water when it needs it. All right. So I'm going to take this jade pothos and I'm going to repot it into the top here, and we'll test it out. And what I want to do is put it in the pot today, and then let it sit in its spot. Excuse me. Let it sit in its spot for a couple weeks, and then check back on it over video. All right. So I hope it sounds good. So yeah, next all we have to do is repot this beautiful jade plant, which by the way was started just by a couple cuttings. This came off my mom's old jade pothos that's very, very long. I just needed to have a piece of it, and look at that. Check that out. This is beautiful. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so this should be fairly easy. This should fit in just right. One thing that I was told to do, I watched Plant Heartbeats. She had the best information about these self-watering pots. She created her own. These ones came like this. But what she said to do was take some Scotch tape or whatever tape and tape the string up to the top of the pot. That way it's not gonna not get into, the water's not gonna oh my gosh, the water will get up into the plant, and the tape will hold it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Start out with that. I'm gonna tape both of them. Right like that. See? Hopefully you can see. And it's down at the bottom. And then all we're gonna do is do this repot. So I'm gonna just put a little bit of the soil that I mixed up. This is, of course, potting soil mix, perlite, orchid bark mix, and worm castings. my standard mix that definitely works for a pothos. Pothos need a well-draining soil mix. Hopefully this will stay together. This looks really good. It looks really good, I have to say. What is that? Oh, it looks like part of the root. So the roots look very healthy, very nice. So I'm just gonna stick it in here. A little trick that I found that when you're repotting the plant is to push the plant towards one side, because that's one less side you actually have to fill up with soil. But that's our next step, is to put soil in it. Just fill it up. Make sure you always fill up the plants with soil. You don't want the sides open and airy. And I found that when you tap it like this, it goes down in by itself. This plant's doing so well. I can't even believe that it came from a cutting, right? Jade pothos, they do really, really well. All right, we are almost done. By we, I mean I. I mean you and I. Do you guys like pothos? I love them so much. I have like lots of different kinds of plants, but it comes down to it. What do you think about when you think about houseplants? Do you think of these lush green plants that like trail a lot? At least that's my thought when I first think of houseplants. And what plant does that? The pothos, yeah. I have got some really nice trailing pothos in my bedroom. They're hanging in macrame. They're just doing so well. So my goal is to put all of them onto self-watering pots. But I want to make sure that it doesn't kill the plant first before I put them on all my plants. So this jade is going to be my test plant. I don't know why I chose this one, but considering this one means a lot to me. Just because, it came from my mom's plant. And I think that's probably good. That looks really good. It's got some space between the top of the soil and the top of the pot. You never want to fill it up completely. And there's a couple reasons for that. Like, basically, you need to have room for it when it waters. But like, you have less chance of knocking soil all over the place. And trust me, I made this mistake. So listen to me about that. So now, all we need to do is just water it. And then we're gonna let the water go all the way down into the bottom. And that's gonna sit there. You know what I'm gonna do is, let's see how easy this is to get undone. It may not be. There's some soil down at the bottom, so I try to get rid of as much as possible. Okay. So I am gonna take this to my sink right here. I'm gonna take some filtered water. I always use filtered water now. And by filtered, I mean like it's tap water that's put into like a reused milk jug, and it sits out overnight, or in my case, like what I like to do is 24 hours, but some people just say overnight. But that way the harsh chemicals are burned out of it, or dissolved essentially. So it's made a huge difference in my plants, and there's no longer that filmy, chalky stuff at the top, right? Okay, I'm gonna get on the watering. Okay, so I have thoroughly watered this jade pothos, and I have left some of the water in the bottom of the pot in that chamber. I didn't want to leave all of it in there because I was a little concerned that it wouldn't have enough space to actually drain. So this should let it fully drain from the soil, and then it should be able to suck up the water again when it needs it, right? Fingers crossed this thing doesn't get overwatered and lose a bunch of leaves. I think that'd be terrible, but I'm gonna test it out and I accept all possible outcomes, okay? All right, so basically what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do a follow-up in a couple of weeks here on YouTube. You'll get to see what the plant looks like. So let's just hope that it's doing really well. I do want to mention that I have added Super Thrive to my water. This is like vitamins and nutrients for plants. It's supposed to be really good. I've been using it for about a month now with mine, and my plants seem to really like it. So we'll see how this one does also with this stuff. Okay, so yep, now we just wait and see what happens. Okay, so that's going to be it for today's video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button, and then you'll get to be part of this gorgeous houseplant loving family. And when you hit that notification bell, you get notified of all new videos, all my new content when they are available. All right, thank you so much for watching, and everyone, take care.